47. There will be one more after this. Every year, the second last hour of the marathon is improvised Shakespeare, because that would probably be a great thing to give people to do that have been up for 47 hours. So they're going to come on stage. We're going to do an entire improvised play for the style of Fakespeare. We will have cast members joining the improvisers, and that's pretty much it. You guys all look familiar, so everybody knows that improv is made up on the spot, right? Everybody knows that these guys have been away for way too long, right? You guys are ready to cheer and hoot and laugh and holler, right? Awesome, we have a bunch of marathon sponsors in the program. You can check them out and patronize them later. Also, the fundraising, I think, is over 6,000. Our initial mark was 5,000, so we're doing amazing. Give a little bit more. If you give a little bit more, you might be able to get us to our $7,500 goal. That's our new goal. So beyond that, ladies and gentlemen, can you start clapping really quiet? Yeah, that's a good goal. Now you're in like a theater in the round, there's maybe like 300 of you, and you're like, yeah! Now Shakespeare in the bar, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can identify your marathon players because they're wearing purple ties. Jessica does not count. That is not a tie. That is merely a shirt.
Sorry, guys, it was in my closet.
And to get started, we're going to do 3 completely different beginnings to a Shakespeare play. We're going to let you guys pick which one you would like to see the entirety of, and then we will play that one out. So, to get started, I need a title of a Shakespeare play that has never been writ.
The Rodent and the Ratchet.
The Rodent and the Ratchet?
Yes.
I like rodent. It's very inspiring. I need a second component now to tie to it.
Cuckolds.
The rodent cuckold. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see 3 completely different beginnings to the rodent cuckold when the lights come on.
My lady, I do feel like your new lover is very rat-like.
Oh, you speak about your station, servant of mine. I should string you up by your toes with some twine. Don't grab my toes.
You should, my lady, but we were born in the same hour, and true, my mother did nurse you when we were babies, and so we're like sisters, even though I am below you. And even if you want to go about with a rat-like man, I will be your servant in whatever you may wish.
We are cleft from the same stone, twain from the same bowstring, parted from the same lips, my dearest sister servant.
If a rat man you wish, then garbage must you dish. I, for me, am one who is gone from city to street, who is pranced around and find all abound the rodents in the street. I may know a few rat princes, should you want to attain one.
In families noble, there's often this thing. But they've got to marry for power and riches. But you see, I'm my sister and dancing and dishes. I don't need much for love. I don't care much for men. I want a man I can couple at any time.
But is that not the great thing about rats? Where there is one, there are many. And as the great Hypo once played, so you too doth shall be of one maid who plays.
Lady, it is true. In the kitchen sometimes one rat will come out and you'll see him, and yet then there is his brother, and yet another cousin, and perhaps an uncle, and they are all their family, waiting to do what rats like to do.
Lady Matilda, it seems you are me
for beginning. The rat.
Our last night out in the woods before we hit the city, Reginald.
Aye, 'tis the last night we will look upon these woods as residents of them, and not as city dwellers where this our wagon with tinkering tools all hanging about it shall reside. Too long, my brother, too long have we sold our wares in towns so tiny that they barely register on the Queen's map.
Too long, but no longer, for there lies Ames, the greatest city in England. There shall we make so many riches that we shall be among nobles at last, as we deserve, as we have always deserved.
As we have always deserved, indeed, brother. We were born...
Fire!
Gaze upon me, brother. It does burn me not. For I, dear brother, came upon last night an enchanted rodent. Yes, a rat so rat-faced with whiskers sticking out from both sides, that they did resemble the cat that he doth chase, or that doth chase him, depending on the story.
Now that thou dost say it, I do begin to detect a bit of rathood about it.
Beware, beware! These powers come with them. A price indeed, saith I, the rat thing.
Aye, the rat thing doth charge a price for his powers, but this I do not fear. Enterprising and industrious I have been all my days. All my days, my brother, my dear Ronaldo, you have known. I will provide for us. I will make sure that we are kings, that we are gods among men, not lowly peasants as we were at our birth.
Thou mayst not fear what happens, but I do.
You needn't be frightened, brother.
Indeed, he need be.
Completely unrelated beginning.
Hark now my words, O good and noble lords. I tell you the tale of two houses united by love, divided by infidelity. On the one side we have the Queen of Wales, betrothed to England's good and noble heir, and yet she breaks her troth with Henry Duchamp, the rodent prince of France.
Can you keep going and like rhyme every line?
The rodent prince of France, so called, for he is a mouse that longs for his chance to see his empire grown wild. And thus, with deed dark and vile, he lays out plots and schemes to see the attainment of his foul dreams. Is a thing that's true.
Sweet my love, thy cheese doth melt upon my tongue, like dew upon the morning sun. Sweet my love, thou knowest I am betrothed.
The tail of the rat is long. Much like the tale that I want to weave with you.
Dear Henry, sweet, my love, I fear our love cannot be.
What? You making the rules? If they are yours to be made, you shall break them as well.
Rules a man makes are not for woman to break in this world. Perhaps some finer day to be anew. But for now, my love, adieu.
'Tis a man's world that makes these rules. I do not want to be a part of it!
No!
heard story here. Beautiful. Now, by round of applause, which version of the rodent cuckold shall we continue for this remaining time we have? Is it scene 1? Is it scene 2? Is it scene 3? Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now see the continuation of the love story begun in scene 3. Jeff, come here. Can you recap really quickly what you told us first? Keep running.
Briefly now I recount this tale, trust that I do so without fail. Two houses, united in love, yet torn apart by a villain's evil art. On the one hand, the Queen of Wales, betrothed to the Crown of England. And in the other sits a vile prince, Henri Duchamp of France, called the Rodent for his mousy dreams and fiendish schemes. When words and deeds would not win his lover's heart, he sought to take it through a much less noble art, that of war. See what storm a heart broken brings upon the lore of these our great lands.
Princess doth arrive shortly, and we must be firm in our resolution to support her girth, her iron, her metal. Though she decides right in this moment now to disregard this Prince of France.
My lord.
Her heart may turn. We may not let it do so.
How to disregard the prince? My lord, that puts all of us here in danger. To disregard the prince?
Danger, yes, for war upon our shores may shortly be. But if she marry him, imagine the lineage that doth stream from her loins. Imagine the bestiality. She ride the throne of this our noble Zephaniah.
It's true, but such questions should have been asked before the betrothal had been given. Aye, my lord, it is not my place to speak upon those who have a richer house than I. For I am here to serve, and serve thee I will, and I will do that wisely and to my dying day. But, sir, the ways of the rich I shall never understand. For you give and give and give the ones that you love, your children, to one for one land and one for another, and then regret in passing.
It is because the tectonics of wealth are ever shifting. Those in favor, those that aren't, doth change as the course of the sun and moon. And though France once held in great esteem, when the rat man's brother did reign, now that the rat hath crawled upon the throne, France doth sink, though it be married to a continent, it doth dip down. And Spain doth spit on it. And Germany doth say, what, who, I do not know. 'Tis not the ways of the rich that I do seek you out. 'Tis womanly ways that I do require your wisdom here.
Oh.
In that way that I say. Not that I do not. But that is a matter for another day. When the princess does live here, I hope that you will know the way to persuade her heart towards steelier-eyed men of England than those of... I forgot myself now.
To give her counsel.
Indeed.
Aye, my lord. Upon the edge of the wood, there is a very wise woman whose fortune doth tell. If I bring her here to the castle, the princess, meeting someone who has the wisdom of the future, may convince her wisely of the decisions to make today.
Ah, this is what women do like.
Yes.
There, run away with me, this woman, you swine!
Announcing the good Princess of Wales, those who are are enthroned to the throne of the Welsh people's land. Bow down before your ruler and rightful sovereign upon the death of her parents, a fate which we dread like the coming of the apocalypse in the book of Revelation.
Good people, my court, it is my honor to be here amongst you. Rise. Rise, for my heart is with thy hearts, my noble hearts. Tis something about common men breathe such equality. Forsooth, in the noble blood there is frequently some taint. Good nursemaid, what is thou name?
My name is Clytemnestra.
Act not too close, my lady. This one smells of death.
Yes, I have been touched by the plague. Oh, good Ronaldo.
I have only your safety in my heart, my lady.
I would like her cleaned.
Come on, we will clean you.
It's a job for Jessica, thy maid, not myself.
Good dear Princess of Wales, it is we, your loyal secretaries of state, the Duke of Essex and his brother, the Right Earl of Derbyshire.
Duke and Earl, those counsels I shall treasure. But hearken, who is this?
Good my lady, just a servant of the castle, bringing thee thy portable throne.
A goodly servant.
Indeed. She looks to have a noble line to her face. I should like her cleaned as well.
Announcing now a steely-eyed gentleman, Prince of London, Elderberry Whitmore.
Does Red
I only dines on golden plates. Princess Elizabeth. Like the golden tongue of the adder. Tis true, no written word. Never describe the sunset as magical and as beautiful as the ones we see every day. And so, that is even more possible than the words anyone could find to describe your countenance.
My lady, I understand not what this man says, but I know it is true.
of London, we request permission to ride on the order of the Secretaries of State of the Princess of Wales.
Wait 30 more seconds, please. Customary duet.
Indeed, he is of noble birth. His words should melt my heart. But there's something about his appetite that I find off-putting. Aside.
Oh, an aside.
Aside.
An aside.
An aside.
Yes.
Yes.
I wanted to make proper introductions, as I know that we are, in a state where both of us could be strategically acclimated to one another.
To be betrothed in a fortnight.
I was prancing around it, but yes.
This is our parents arranging. Not
Yes.
yours nor mine, though we may enter into it consensually.
Yes, exactly. And as one always says, parents are to be minded properly, because they are not the architects of our futures.
Again, his aphorism rings true, though I know not a whit of what he said.
Indeed, they shape our pasts and our present situations, but I believe our futures are in our own hands. Do you not? You are to be King of England. Would you depend on your parents forever, for they will not be here?
Futures are so uncertain. The clouds may say that it shall rain tomorrow. But then doth tomorrow arrive? And does a droplet fall from the sky? Maybe a little, but not as much as you expected.
While we don't rattle on about the weather, which he is wont to do, please allow a moment of your ears of attention from the Earl and myself.
I shall stand by the window whilst you receive assistance.
I'm just bathing.
My dear princess, though we know he is a dolt of the lowest degree and of the highest if you were giving prizes to court jesters, we need this alliance, my dear princess. Do take care not to question his intellect too forthrightly in his presence. You can talk about him behind his back all you like.
I am an earl!
Pearl, not a princess. To make my own choice of mates and not be at the whims of my parents. I must to the women's space now.
I shall stand guard outside the door.
I've lost a button.
We are bathing now. Keep out, men.
With a tall bathtub that you can walk around in. It's a pool, that's what it is.
Now the princess is very particular. She likes very much to take care of her commoners, but don't you get her sick. No sneezing on her. No whatever it is that you poor people do. Don't do it.
That we've got the bad air around us. Our humors are misaligned. I've been to several doctors, as I am of the merchant class, actually. I'm not that poor.
It is also said that some poor people are very wise. That is what I've heard. And you look like you have that bit of wisdom about you. Oh, looks can be deceiving. It's true, but if her lady needs a little bit of advice, which I think she does, for in my mind I see that she has a question behind her eyes, then must you address her kindly and give her the best counsel that you possibly can. But of course, my lady.
My lady, are you suggesting that we teach her the ways of the world that more common ladies are exposed to at an earlier age?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, because you know, we get a little, we get around a bit.
What question behind her eyes exactly are we talking about?
It could be a matter of love, lady, a matter of love. You know, these high-born ladies may not marry where they will, but just because they marry in one place doesn't mean that they may not tarry in another.
It is not love the question you are asking.
See, this is the wisdom I look up. It's not love. What is it if it ain't love?
It's marrying and tarrying, ain't it?
It is another four-letter word with the letter L as the beginning.
Lust.
Aye, now we talk it through language.
Yes.
I can only read a couple of words at a time.
What? Do I look like I'm some high-born lady? Get out.
You're not, but you're dressed so finely.
That's because I was given nice clothes by my lady. She's very good. She is a very good lady. And when she comes here, you will treat her well and respect her.
Yes, ma'am.
Please on her. Here. Let me wrap you up.
Not a peep.
But first I must away to the woods.
For there in the woods was an inn with walls of wood, within a hearth fire, without stormy weather, within the queen, the wise woman whose counsel she sought, and a woman in vest of fur and feather. These three women would meet and speak. Their words the course of fate decide. Oh, to have been a gnat upon the wall, and their conversation espied.
So, my lady. Thy wishes to have thy fortune told?
Read into the flames.
Indeed.
That's in store.
That's right. We must start a flame first. Could you help me, dear woman?
Did you do that?
Yes. Let's start it somewhere around here.
In the fire.
There we are.
Need I pluck a hair from my head? Or prick my finger for blood?
Hush,
Or
hush.
any such sort of
Dear
witchery and sorcery?
Catch thy breath. Calm down. This takes but a moment. Just a hush over the room and but a quiet moment. Just one moment. Ah, yes, I see now I have a vision in mind. I see, lady, and, oh, a gentleman.
Yes.
A foreign man. It seems thy happiness will come from a very dirty place.
Do not worry, my lady. You can always ask me, your Lady Clytemnestra, or your other lady in waiting.
Did you say your name was Clytemnestra?
I just remembered that's what my name is. Clytemnestra.
And I am Vagina Tina.
Indeed, I am not distressed. It would have been better to not know at all.
Yes, well, I wouldn't have said that much. I needed the money.
Woe is the fool who seeks to know their fate. Woe is the fool. But I am now too late.
Tell our fortunes. Can you see what land this man comes from? For the flag, or the voice, the accent would be a great help.
Are you now assembled, great armies of France? Then without any further ado, here upon the shores of the English Isle, having disembarked your boats most manfully, I bring before you the one, the only Prince Henry de Charles! They want your words, they want your cheese.
I will run the risk of being snapped in a trap to provide enough cheese for all to you be pleased. There are many of you.
Oui.
It's just now. Oh, we are fine. I have a vision. Do you laugh at me? Because I don't mind. Laughter is a form of joy and pleasure. And I embrace these things. Kinda. Now listen. I have been alone too long on this throne, and I owe you someone better than I to complete me, to make me whole.
But there's no one better than thee, Highness. Henri, there's no one better than Henri Duchamp.
Ah, you cannot have Duchamp without Champ. You said that you were better than that.
Try again. Maybe they will laugh more the next time. There's no one better than Henri Duchamp.
That's right. Look at the sky. It is cloudy. And there will be cloudy days. But we must look for the blue sky. What should I say?
On to London and victory!
Soon we will all be two champions!
For indeed, this vision that we have seen today, I am glad I was not alone in it. You